Ladies and gentlemen, I'm extremely pleased to meet all of you 1 year later after at the Georgian Cybersecurity and ICT Innovation Event 2014. We enjoy the presence of around 420 guests from 20 countries. So I'm honored to ask Mr. Alexander Baramidze, First Deputy Minister of Justice of Georgia, to make his welcome speech. Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to greet the participants of the conference. I welcome you on behalf of the Minister of Justice of Georgia. I welcome you on the Georgian Cyber Security and the ICT Innovation Event 2014. I welcome guests from our friendly and neighbor countries. It's very important that this year we are hosting the 7th conference in Georgia. And the conference, in the course of its 7 years of existence, has created a unique model of public-private partnership, which is very important for the development of the country. You know that without developing modern technologies, no organization or institution can function. When implementing reforms, IT is a field that is indeed necessary and required. The tax and custom system optimization, Ministry of Interior reforms, Ministry of Economy reforms, and the Citizens Portal are and one window principle are the results of these innovations and the introduction of new technologies. Georgia, as a democratic country, has joined the initiative on open governance. This year, the government approved the action plan for the open partnership. Open governance. The country has chosen the composition of the Open Governance Council. It means that our government wants to be open and focused on each citizens. And modern technologies and communications are extremely important for putting in place open governance principles. We have put in place the service to retrieve public information. We operate a web page from which the citizens can retrieve different types of public information. And the role of the data exchange agency is extremely important, which is one of the organizers of this conference. Alongside with the development of IT technologies, it is necessary to pay special attention to cyber security. Today, Georgia has already developed the Georgian cyber security strategy as well as L strategy. Introduction of modern information technologies have made it possible to receive different services electronically in a simple way. Simplicity and transparency, as well as ease of access, is of paramount importance both for the citizens of our country and foreign partners working in Georgia or intending to work in Georgia. All this makes the country more attractive for implementing different investment projects. In our country, our daily lives are unthinkable without such systems as social networks, internet banking, electronic declaration system, electronic auction, treasury, electronic procurement, and others. All this makes us dependent on the stability and reliable functioning of these functions. Therefore, the government has to pay special attention to cybersecurity in Georgia. People that work in different organizations or companies are united by one characteristic. They want to make the life more comfortable through IT innovations. They are putting in place innovative technologies. They have new electronic services, and this conference is the best opportunity to share the latest achievements in the world. I once again welcome participants of the conference, and I wish you every success and very productive work. I want to wish success to the participants of the competition, and I believe that this year we will see many interesting projects as well. I want to thank you for your attention and apologize for being compelled to leave you earlier. Thank you very much, Mr. Sandro. I want to ask Mr. David Asatiani, traditional friend of our conference from the Microsoft company, country manager, to make a welcome speech. Welcome everybody. As you know, Microsoft has been present in Georgia for the last 5 years, and we're proud of the fact that we share our achievements and the progress with our friends and partners. Many thanks to the sponsors and to all organizations that make our meetings possible. I'd like to once again welcome everybody, greet all of you, and inform you that our company has been working a lot with the government organizations and private companies, and the innovations that our company has to be introduced to you. This is happening even now and will happen in future as well, but most importantly, the people who are present at the meeting have to get familiarized with each other to create a network and go ahead together. Microsoft has invited 2 speakers. One will speak about cybersecurity and the other will speak about modern government. And please listen carefully to these presenters because they will have very interesting presentations for you. Once again, many thanks for inviting me. I'm very happy that I meet you at least once a year, if not more frequently, so I wish you every success. Thank you very much. Mr. David Lee, president of the Magticom company, the floor is yours, sir. Thank you very much for coming to this event. I'm David Lee, president of Magticom. Today, if possible, I'll speak English.
I'll be speaking later about the future of telecommunications and the current state in Georgia. But just as a way of introduction, I'd like to start with a personal message. It's truly an honor for me to share a podium with Alexander Baramidze. And I'm very proud to live in a country that has Tia Sulukiani as the Justice Minister at this rather difficult time as Georgia decides on its progress towards Europe. Back to the main theme, I believe strongly that in Georgia we have not enough investment, but 3 sectors have actually performed quite well in the last 10 years. They are banking, telecommunications, and Class A hotels like the one that we're in. It is therefore extremely important that these champions continue their good work and that we attract more foreign investment into Georgia. There are a couple of issues facing the telecommunications market, which I will speak about later today. But just to give you a taste of what I think is very important at this time. Mobile communications is essential, not just for this country, but around the world. It is the fastest growing part of our industry. LTE is what the name suggests. It is a long-term evolution. But before we can get unimaginable speeds onto our handsets, our tablets, and our mobile telephones, we have to make sure that the licensing process is fair. Of course, we would expect the government to raise money from this process, but we must remember that the telecommunications companies must invest in the capital expenditure. There will be a direct link between how much we have available to invest in this technology and how fast we can roll it into the regions and how much we have to pay for the license. We would ask the government to be very careful about this because we are committed. We believe, as we always have believed at Magticom, that the future is across the whole of the country. And we also believe that this new technology, as we will hear today, is helping not just the economy, but also civil society, and indeed the very future of Georgia. So we must get this right. And we also must be careful that these champions in Georgia, the banking sector, the communications sector, the hotels, are not taxed in an unfair way. We must make sure the tax burden is distributed fairly. At this time, there should not be special taxes anywhere in the world for communication companies that are dealing with the internet, particularly, of course, I would say, the mobile internet. Secondly, around the world today, we hear a lot of talk about the security of data. All telecommunications companies collect data so that we can provide billing, accurate billing, and secure the service for our customers. Magticom take great pride in making sure that that data is never released, except to the relevant authorities under the relevant law and in accordance with the procedures. We believe that's the way it should be. Magticom has never, in its history, owned, operated, used any equipment that can tap or listen to the conversations of our clients, and we don't want to in the future. So we believe this is something that should be in the hands completely of the relevant legal authorities. Thank you very much for hearing me, and unfortunately you're going to hear me again at about 1 o'clock. Thank
you very much.
I'd like to introduce Ms. Nargiza Kushakova, company Cisco, the country sales manager, as new face at our conference.
Кто не возражает, я буду говорить по-русски. Меня зовут Наргиза Кушакова.
First of all, I would like to welcome all the friends. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers. For the company Cisco, Georgia is the priority country, and taking into account the level of the development of the informational and technological the developments, which is already introduced in almost every sphere of the life of Georgia. The topic of the current the forum, the cyber protection and cyber safety, of course it's very important today. We all are facing these certain problems while working on the informational technologies in our everyday life. First of all, when we transfer some the banking requisites, etc., they must be protected. And today in the world, we are witnessing the increased number of the cyber crimes, especially through the internet. Therefore, we need the new approaches in order to solve this problem. Another salient issues and pressing problems, I would say, this is in fact the introduction of the electronic governance. Within the frame of our company, we try also to introduce this service. I wish all of you to get the new knowledge, and also I wish you the new productive meetings. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nargiza.
Mr. Serkan Elgezen, Oracle Company, Central Asia and Caucasus Director.
Very much. My name is Serkan Elgezen. I'm the director for Oracle for 7 countries in total, including Georgia. And this is my 5th time in a row participating to this event. I have the privilege to be here for the last 5 years in a row. And I'm also participating in surrounding geographies events, so I had a chance to compare this unique event with the other geographies event, where I see here a very huge diversity from different industries, participation level, and very well organized and executed event. For this reason, I would like to thank again the organizers for inviting us as Oracle and giving me the chance to be here. I would like to point out the 5 new technology trends, and on the top of it, how it is linked to the cybersecurity and innovation. These 5 trends are cloud computing, very well-known trends like big data, advanced analytics like business intelligence, and social media, and already some of my friends mentioned about it, it's the mobility. The world is changing, we are changing, and our business is changing, and a part of our business is adapting to the change, and security is playing a crucial role here. The cloud, e-government, mobile technologies, and recently the new trend, which is bring your own device, which enables the employees to use their own iPad, phones for their professional life, and also the explosion of the big data. These trends have also meant IT today is very interesting world for the CIOs as well, because they are having the interventions from the other C-level people in their organization, where they either to a certain extent understand the technology, or if not, they are definitely aware of the benefits of the new platforms and they push the company to implement these new technologies. But the security aspect of these new technologies is difficult to understand for most of the people. Maybe this event is also a good chance to have a better understanding about what is going on around the security. Many companies see the security as a technology requirement rather than the level of the high performance. It's rather a nature of today's interconnected, collaborated business world. But the data needs to be accessible like never before, right on time and with the right people. There are some researchers like Gartner or independent groups are providing, which are, first of all, the spendings, which is projected like $77 billion for next year, which means a growth of 3% more, which is coming from 5% to 8.2% growth year over year. The total spendings of security allocated in the IT budget was 5% last year. I'm talking about the world trend, which is increased to 9% this year. Also, people are investing on security. And when you talk about the business, they say that 72% of the business saying that they had an increase in their IT spendings and in security spendings. Only 20% of the business says that they have superior protection and very fancy system to secure their own systems. So Oracle as a company provides a large scale of portfolio to the market, which is starting from our database, middleware products, applications, and on the top of it, hardware product. So we are defending and promoting an inside-out approach, which is protecting the data at the source, increasing the confidence that the security investments are aligned with the external and internal threats. I will be here together with my team, and during the breaks we will be happy to answer your questions or collaborate with you further. Thank you for participation and thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Serkan.
Let me introduce Alexander Roy, who is the traditional guest of our company. He is the HP Cloud Manager.
Если позволите, мое знание грузинского.
Unfortunately, I don't know much of Georgian, therefore I cannot make it in Georgian, and with your permission I'll speak in Russian. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to this conference, and as it has been mentioned already, it is not the first fora which is already organized in Georgia. I just can tell you that as I am the responsible for the 10 countries of the former Soviet Union, Georgia is the the priority country. And if we make the comparison with the others, the attention to the innovations, etc., which we are witnessing in Georgia, it's unprecedented. And that's why we consider Georgia as a priority country. What we can say about the topic today's conference? First of all, we all see that we are becoming the witnesses of the novelties in the IT, and the HP actually considers that this is the very important step ahead. It is first of all, the big data, the mobility, the social networking, and the cloud. What in fact drives us to the issues about the security, the data security. The HP is playing the key role in of each the sphere, and we are working in this direction, especially with the calculation, the cloud calculation, cloud accounting. And let me assure you that this year the European Commission has already opened the special project, the Confident Component Cloud, and the HP is a consultant in the field of the data security or cyber security. That's why our company pays the paramount importance role to this development. Our expertise, our skills may be beneficial for your country, for Georgia, and we stand ready just to have the open cooperation with you. Our position is similar as we have here, all the people present, and we have two presentations today and tomorrow. It is ICM IPU, and the next one is about the data security. And when we speak about the security, we don't mean only the technological processes. We also speak about the personnel, about the staff. Therefore, I would like to ask you to pay attention to our presentation. And I also would like to wish you to establish the close cooperation. We have 2 days here. Thank you very much for your attention.
Mr. Giorgi Maisuradze, another regular participant of our conference, general manager of the company UGT. Hello, I'm Giorgi Maisuradze, director of the UGT company. I will not take too much of your time. I simply want to extend my sincere gratitude to the organizers, to ATI. It's for so many years that they've been very successfully organizing this indeed successful conference. I also want to extend my gratitude to the participants, to the speakers who are making quite important contribution in the success of this event, and my special thanks go to the audience, to all the guests who participate in this very important meeting. Our UGT has been working and cooperating with the conference for many years already in different capacities. Sometimes we're sponsors, sometimes we're speakers, sometimes we're nominees. And this year as well, we think that many new and interesting issues have been put on the agenda. We have new presenters, and I believe that this event will be very interesting and successful as always. At UGT, we also have lots of innovations, lots of novelties in terms of information technologies, security, and so on. Tomorrow we'll speak about the cyber security, but we are also present at the lobby, and all interested individuals can get consultation from our consultants at our stand. So I wish you very successful and productive event. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Giorgi. Mr. Levan Akhvlediani, the director of the company Orient Logic. Good morning. First of all, I'd like to express my gratitude to the organizers of this event. I'd like to express my thanks to our vendors who have always supported us in order to provide our customers competent solutions. I'd like to express my gratitude to governmental or non-governmental organizations that trusted us and have trusted us for 20 years since our foundation. I'd like to express my gratitude to my colleagues, my employees, and because it's due to their qualification that if we produce something valuable. And I'd like to talk about our contribution, annual contribution to GIT this year. Our company has worked for 20 years in this market, and during these 20 years there has been some necessity to implement strategic changes, and recently we changed the strategy on our company, and it means that we began listening to you, more listening to our customers, and sell less that we'd like to sell. It was very important for us because we realized your needs more. Yes, we made mistakes because and we needed to change something, and we would maximally try to adapt our solutions to your needs, to your necessity, and and our vendors also will work during these 2 days and will present their solutions during these days. And if you have any questions, so you can come to our stands, and we would try to answer all your questions. Thank you very much, Mr. Levan. And before breaking, I'd like to briefly talk about our sponsors. This conference has been conducted for the 7th year. GITI is now based on sponsorship. This event is based on sponsorship. Of course, we have some other partners who collaborate with us in organizing these events, and I'd like to express my thanks to all of them, especially to the Ministry of Justice, also our gold sponsors, companies HPA and UGT, Orient, Logic, Greenet, and to our silver sponsors as well, Intel and Hitachi Data Systems. They are partners of our event. And now I'd like to invite you to the first coffee break, and at 11:30 we'll resume our session, and please let's use our resources, so our partners. So during the socializing event, please use our partners' knowledge, experience, and let's share our